I'm Brad Johnson and welcome to our next video that we'll be discussing relating to third to fourth density integration. So this is a conscious matrix communication that will speak a little bit more deeper on this. So what is happening on planet Earth right now? What are we experiencing? Well, if we were to imagine this neat little circle as planet Earth, and that this line here would represent third density, basically what's happening, or what's been happening, is that just piece by piece, what would be known as the fourth density, or fifth dimension, has just been kind of popping its way through in regards to, I think it's almost like a Swiss cheese effect, that the veil itself has been thinning in regards to the third density, where these holes are popping through. And the fourth density is now starting to integrate itself a lot more strongly, a lot more prominently within our dimension. And so what's happening right now is that as we move closer to December 21st, 2012, these lines are going to be more whole together. So it's literally just starting to create this. So this is what's starting to happen a little bit more now. So really we're just kind of look at little spots here that aren't quite filled in, but within the next few days will be. So they're a lot smaller than that. They're just basically little strands of holes, so to speak. Is what's happening is as we move into December 21st, 2012, these little fabrics are just getting filled. And again, a lot of people on the planet have been doing a lot of groundwork, filling in the grids. So our own electromagnetic grid itself is being worked on by many different people. We're talking about indigenous tribes, we're talking about people who have received the message to be of assistance in that way. And the grid is now literally at its peak to be empowered. And what's happening is that the fourth density and the third density become coplanar. So this is literally moving in within itself to where there's a solid snap. Now, in regards to the integration of planet Earth, let me just get rid of this. In regards to planet Earth's splitting of worlds, so to speak, it can be referred to that, but that's one way of putting it. It is almost like a physical split that we're seeing, but it really is just something more in a vibrational capacity. That's what's happening, right? So let's imagine that this is the subtle energy of the fourth density right here. That this really represents love, self-responsibility, self-fulfillment, where the fourth density is really all about that. It really is about love, bringing yourself into a love vibration, into a divine harmony, bringing that particular idea all together to bring you into fourth density, representing love. There is also a 4D negative, of course. That's more of a service to self mentality, of course. A lot of the Law of One covers that, but again, only very few entities will actually be going into that type of polarization. This is more of a fulfillment. So this is where a lot of us are going, into the fourth. Now again, if you were to compare that to the third as this, which represents, conflict, fear, corruption, greed, corrupt, greed. Now, people that vibrate very heavily to these particular type of features literally will not experience this at all. They'll literally just continue to create within a third density matrix. So a 3 matrix, so to speak. Because they can't feel themselves expanding. How is it that you're able to feel yourself, moving up into this higher levels? You become open with yourself. Here's your little head right here. And as you open your crown chakra, you're opening yourself up to the universe. You're becoming more expansive. You're seeing more opportunities around you. You're feeling the presences of other people around you. You're connecting to them. And you're just feeling this love vibration of all reflections that are a part of who you are. Now, if you're in the third density, and you follow more of this particular wave here, here's you. And that's the line. Now, do you see how it would compare in regards to something that would be this large. That's the little line that's coming up. It's like a little thin strand. And so that's not going to get you anywhere. Because all you're going to do is you're going to be constantly living in conflict and fear and corruption and greed, just in regards to that category that represents third density. So those people aren't going to be able to feel that. Now again, there's always going to be the scientific debate of saying, what are you talking about with this fourth density? It's not logically possible, blah, 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 blah. And here's Mr. Scientist, the very long, scrawny neck, the cardigan that's always so bright. But that's it. Because science, their atheism, is their God. That's their little bearded dude in the sky there. And that's Mr. Atheism. Now, no offense to the scientists, of course, but again, that's no different than really having a different region relating to religion. You're basically just aligned in the same capacity, because religion will only have this much as well too. Maybe like that. That's about it. So it really is no different. If you acquire yourself to a faith that is not your own, you're only going to see so much, and it won't allow you to expand and to create that opportunity. Now that's not to say that everybody in religion or anybody in the scientific community is like that. There are some people who are quite open-minded in regards to the scientific community and in regards to religious communities, but maybe like this. And that's fine. They can actually transition from third to fourth density because they have, between all of the faiths, the ideas, the beliefs they have, they're genuinely good people and they have some openness for themselves. And that's all it really needs to happen in regards to you moving up to fourth density. So that's it. Now what's going to happen, let me just remove all this. What's going to happen is when people decide to move up to fourth density, some of them will feel that they're still part of the third. That's how it works. So let's imagine that this very large rectangle here is fourth density. All right? Now a person who may be somewhat open-minded, right, may just have this kind of rate of expansion here, a little bit, decently open-minded, will basically create a third density matrix square, I'll put it, within this enormous rectangle. That's their reality until they start to see a Swiss cheese effect happening in regards to their manifested reality of the third density matrix. So some of these holes will start to open up, and they'll start to look at certain things relating to how the fourth density is attempting to communicate with them, of their abilities. But they need to look within themselves to discover that this is happening. So perhaps a video like this may be of assistance to those people to understand what's going on. The whole idea is that we're moving into a dimensional construct whether you believe we are or not. The universe doesn't care if you believe it or not. The world doesn't care if you decide that you're in a boat and you decide to fall into the water and feel that you're not getting wet from it. The world knows you're wet. You just may not believe it, but it doesn't matter. It's not about belief. Belief doesn't matter. It's about what is, and this is what is. This is what's happening. Now, again, there can always be all the debates they want, but that's the whole idea here, is that we're moving into the fourth. And that those people that really do not want to anchor into the fourth density remain in the third. They stay within the third density because they still narrowly have their own rigid belief systems, and that they cannot open themselves up to opportunity. Fourth density is all about opportunity, about receiving that flow from the universe, opening yourself up to new possibilities. Those who are really open-minded, broad-minded, those who can expand, who can evolve ideas, who can transform particular systems. You don't have to be on a spiritual quest to move up to fourth density. All you have to be is an open-minded, loving individual who truly cares about others, who is really working on themselves to bring them into this paradigm of the fourth density. So again, some of us may create that third density matrix still, and that's okay. But again, the Swiss cheese effect will still be taking place. And that, the Swiss cheese holes will only get more and more prominent until you realize that you're no longer in this box, this square box here. You're now within this infinite expansive rectangle that represents fourth density. So what might be the symptoms that you may be feeling in regards to your integration to fourth density? Well, again, openness brings forward many possibilities with what you are experiencing in the fourth density. Being able to sense thoughts in others. Where you meet a person for the first time, you look into their eyes, and it's like you see a whole universe inside. You just look in the eyes and say, something about you. I'm getting all these feelings, this immense flow of energy is coming through. You know, it's filling my head with visions. I'm getting all these ideas about you. Were you an only child? Yeah. Parents divorced at the age of 16? Yeah. You know, all that just starting to come together. You have something in regards to Atlantis. And I feel, yeah, I've been told that. I saw a psychic and I was told the same thing. That's what it's all about. You're literally opening up in regards to sensing this ability. Your ESP shoots up a lot. A lot of us will be, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudience, the 3 C's. There's even more, there's clairgustance, etc. But you get the idea. The ESP will be shooting up. You'll start to feel this connection to oneness. You'll feel that no matter where you go, let's say oneness. Sorry for my bad writing. But a connection to oneness. No matter where you go, you'll go out in nature, you'll feel that the trees are bonding together with you, that all the animals are bonding together with you. If you have pets, you feel that they're communicating with you a lot more. These are all symptoms in regards to what you're experiencing, all relating to oneness, or to openness, I should say. Is that the oneness connection to openness is expanding. And you're feeling all of these thoughts. You're no longer hiding behind smoke and mirrors relating to a dense third density matrix, I guess you could say. A dense third reality matrix. So you're basically moving through all of this dense energy, all of this solidity, all these smoke and mirrors that make you feel that you're disconnected, you're segregated, you're separate from everybody else. When that particular feeling begins to subside, you know that you're moving into the fourth. So this is the integration effect. And that, yes, December 21st, 2012, at 11:11 a.m., energetically, these planes align. Okay? This is an energetic sensation. Not everybody will be able to pick this up. It all depends how sensitive to energies you are. But you'll literally wake up in the morning and you'll feel that, oh my goodness, something's different. Just, I can't explain it. Something has happened in the air today. You're not really going to get the solidity of physical evidence to support that. The physical evidence is how you're growing through yourself, that you're illuminating. That's your physical evidence in regards to how well you're prospering relating to your integration to third to fourth density. And this has been happening for quite some time now. Here's third density, here's fourth density. Over the years, again, just been small little holes. And you've been noticing that. And you're just integrating with these small little holes that has been happening for many years right now. Several decades, actually. Now, again, if you were to look at it back in the 1950s, 1960s, you're only talking about little, tiny, itty-bitty little specks. But some people can adapt to that, and they can feel that vibration coming through. That's the whole idea, is that it's integrative. It's been a transition that's been happening for a very long time, and now it's reaching a point of culmination. That's why I've called 2012 the year of culmination, because now we're just culminating everything that we have learned in regards to understanding the nexus of fourth density. And now everything is interlocking, everything is just bringing itself together, and we're forming a cohesion in regards to third to fourth density integration. That's the whole process. So, some people will worry, am I going to be left behind? Am I not going to be able to experience fourth density? You just have to ask yourself this question. Are you open to possibility? That's your question. Yeah, I'm absolutely open to all possibility. So how have you been working with it? Have you worked within the openness of all possibility? Not really, but I do believe in it. Well, that's a start. Then you really don't have to worry about it. Now you have this time to work with possibility. Because this is a kind of like a 3-year period. It's kind of between what I've called the span of critical mass, which is 2010 to 2015. And even through the channelings I've done in the past with Adronis, is that he states that this window of opportunity relating to fourth density is open until 2015, where it just starts to naturally fade out. The window just kind of slowly starts to close in on itself around the time of 2015, around late 2015, around the time of the winter solstice. So there still is a 3-year window in regards to that. Now, I really don't want to really say it in that way, but it's not a race. Okay, this is not a race. You do not need to race in regards to understanding, are you open to possibility? That doesn't require a race. It's not that one person is way ahead of you and that you're way over here. That's not the understanding at all. It's simply just being aware of your ability to be open to all possibility, that you're ready to expand, that this is really what represents the genuine article relating to fourth density, the ability of being wide open. So if you can really see that you are open to all possibility, that comes to a state of self-respect, that you are trusting yourself to be open. You're trusting your own abilities to shine. I'm not saying that you have to constantly battle with yourself and saying, I absolutely love myself unconditionally, I don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. Because all that is a forcefulness. You're just forcing yourself to move into that lines, and it's not what it's about. It's a natural process. You don't see a dog, crouch like this and saying, oh my goodness, I totally love myself unconditionally because I ate a bone today, blah, blah, blah. It's not about that at all. It's just simply the whole idea of asking yourself, are you open to possibility? Are you ready to expand yourself? Are you ready to go past the 5 sense reality? If this reality of third density is so solid, what do you feel is the antidote to that? By becoming more bendable, more malleable, more open to possibility. You're not just becoming this solid square anymore. You're now this bendable string where you can mold together with the universe. You mold together with the galactic community. Because there will be a time within the years ahead where there will be opportunities to connect with other beings beyond our world. It's just, they're simply there. All the evidence turns to that. So it's really just being this beautiful spiral that's constantly moving throughout your life, and it's expanding. It's not like this where it stops. It's constantly flowing. That's the whole idea. Be the spiral. Constantly continue to expand yourself and grow and become more broad with possibility. That's all it takes to move from third density to fourth density. Your ability to be open to all possibility. And that requires love. That's what it's all about. If you're truly at one with love, you know that expansion is part of the game. So that wraps up third to fourth density integration. Thank you very much for watching. Again, a lot more of this can be discussed on a personal level through private sessions with me, through Conscious Matrix Communication. There is only a few days left for people who want to have a session with Adronis. Again, that comes to a conclusion December 21st, 2012. So, if you do want to have a private session, you know where to find me. My website, areyouselfempowered.com. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you very soon. Take care. Much love. Namaste. Thank you very much for watching this video. Remember to check us out on areyouselfempowered.com. Private sessions relating to Conscious Matrix Communication through Skype, and group sessions as well too, Akashic Perspective sessions, Universal Energy Healing sessions, online digital courses, and much more. Check us out, areyouselfempowered.com. Looking forward to hearing from you. Namaste.